to hit a softball question right out the gate. What was your first job in the movie and TV industry?
Movie and TV industry. My very first job was Camp Wilder, which was a TV show on TGIF. Do you remember TGIF?
I do.
Yeah.
I love TGIF. I miss it.
I do too.
Like so much.
Yeah, me too. So we were in the lineup like Family Matters, Step by Step, Camp Wilder, Dinosaurs. Don't know if you remember Dinosaurs. Oh.
I do. I love dinosaurs.
So good. So that was my first TV job after like commercials. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing. Like, I've nothing against TV nowadays. It was just like each day of the like that TGI Friday was like something you look forward to every single week, right? You were in front of the television no matter what was going on.
Oh, 100%. It was Pizza Party, TGIF. It was the best. Yeah, I miss that.
I do too. Obviously, you play Vanessa in the upcoming film I, Challenger. What attracted you to this role?
Really just wanting to collaborate with cool artists. I mean, Paul, our director, has worked with some of the most visionary musicians of all time. And when I met with him, I thought that his script was really heartwarming and fun, but him as a person, he was so cool that I was like, yeah, I want to play with this dude.
Yeah, so when you look at the film, obviously on the outside looking in, when you first kind of read it off, it's kind of like that, it feels like it's going to be like a full-fledged crazy comedy. But when you watch it, it's got a lot more heart in it than you kind of expect, right? Even within your role, it's like you play this you don't have a long screen time, but you play a very pivotal role in Sid's journey across the entirety of the film, right?
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead. No. I feel like that's what's really, I love movies like that where you think it's going to be one thing and then it shifts and molds into many different things. And I loved my character's arc, and that she's a part of Sid's journey, of him realizing his value, and that I feel like their storyline is just very sweet because he can't see past his own stuff. So I love that she's very confident and it's just like, dude, why haven't you called me? Like, I do want to hang out with you. I'm seeing you differently than you're seeing yourself. So I loved that.
What was it like working with James?
James is awesome. I never know what to expect, especially if I'm a fan of somebody's work. I try not to set those expectations because I'm like, I don't know what this person is like in real life. But he was a delight. Such a sweet man. So fun. I had a great time working with him. He was great.
One of the things I think I liked about your character as well is some of your work is obviously with James, but and then a lot of the other stuff is via phone. Like, is it hard to kind of do that voice style work and try to get the emotion coming off? How do you prepare for something like that?
Phone stuff can be challenging. I think I've done a lot of phone work over the course of my career, but if it can be done, I like to have the actor that I'm on the phone with there so that I can hear their inflection and like there can still be that emotional connection there. But I don't know how you really prepare for it. It's just a matter of, for me, trying to make things as realistic as possible. Like, I don't really love watching movies and TV shows where the phone calls, like simple things that all of us do every day, don't feel grounded and real. And especially because, like you said, most of my scenes are with him over the phone. It it was important that I was able to express the concern and the interest and I don't know, just holding that like crushy feeling that makes phone calls sound a certain way when you like someone and you don't want to sound stupid on the phone.
Yeah, exactly. You touched on something, and I think I could rant on that for about hours. I hate, like, we all use cell phones, so can we like normalize real conversations and real text messages in movies these days? It makes me so angry. I swear it does.
Same. It's one of my biggest pet peeves when I'm watching things and someone will be like, you know, like, oh yeah, and then they just hang up on each other all the time. Like, how did the other person know that this was the end of the conversation? Like, I feel you. Yeah.
Exactly. So the hair, I have to talk about the hair. I loved it. Like, I wasn't sure like what to expect whenever you got on the Zoom with me. So I was like, I mean, obviously, but just the hair was awesome. Like, right?
Thank you so much. I was so excited to do that hair. I had actually seen Lucy Boynton at the Met Gala the year that we shot this. And I was like, I am obsessed with her hair. She dyed it that blue color. And so I went to Paul when we were sort of discussing all of the details of Vanessa. And I was like, would you be into this vibe? Like, I think it's really beautiful and it's fun. And like, what are your thoughts? And he was like, oh, hell yeah, go do that. So it was a good time. It was really cool. It wasn't great for my hair, but it's recovered, you know, it's fine.
Yeah, I thought it fit the role perfect, right? You know what I mean? It fit the character to a T. Like it's just that certain thing and it fit perfectly. So I loved it and I loved the way it looked. So
thank you so much.
All right, so obviously the entire film is based around the idea of Sid burying himself underground. How long do you think you could last underground?
0 minutes. 0. Are you kidding? I'm claustrophobic. There's no way. Like, even watching him in his, just that side shot of seeing how little space he has in between his, no, absolutely not. 0.
You know, I realized as I've gotten older, like how claustrophobic I really am, right? You know what I mean? Like, I was never like, I mean, obviously as a kid, you don't really care, but like, as I've gotten older, it's like, I watched this and like, I was feeling a lot of that because it is very claustrophobic. It is very, like, I'm like, I wouldn't even attempt it, right? I wouldn't even, yeah. Hey, go bury yourself underground. Yeah, hard pass. Like,
yeah, hard pass on that. I get claustrophobic in sweatshirts. I'm good.
Exactly.
I'm good.
I get claustrophobic when I get stuck in the house when it's snowing outside and you can't go anywhere. So like, no thanks to being buried underground, right? We just had a snowstorm here and it felt that way. So you know what I mean? Like, it was crazy.
So
yeah.
That's not fun.
Not at all.
No.
Sid has a strong belief in luck.
Yeah.
Do you believe in luck?
I do. I think in certain ways, and I think that luck is always a part of the equation. Now, when I say luck, I'm not superstitious. Does that make sense? Where I'm
plenty of sense. I think we're on the same page. So plenty of sense to me.
Yeah. So like, that's how I don't just think that people that are doing really well or have amazing things happen are lucky, but I mean, I do think luck is a piece of the puzzle. I just don't think it's the whole puzzle, and I'm not superstitious. Yeah,
I agree with you as well. Yeah, I think it plays like a certain piece. Could you be in the right place at the right time? Like, I feel like there's a different word for luck that I feel, but at the same time, like, luck is just the easy word to throw in there and just use.
We're on the same page, 100%. Yeah, I agree.
So my final question, and I'd be crazy not to talk about it because it's one of my wife's favorite films, but almost 20 years later, are you surprised by the amount of love for Napoleon Dynamite still?
Yes, constantly. Like, it's one of the most beautiful experiences of my life and my career. Just being a part of something that has longevity like that and watching new generations fall in love with something that we were also in love with. I mean, it's amazing. I'm so flattered by it, and it's still so crazy to me. Like, it's wild.
It's crazy. Like it came on Hulu, or I think it was like Hulu or something like that. It was like one of the most watched shows. Like, as soon as it came on, we watched it. You know what I mean? Like my wife loves it. It's just, it's an easy comfort film, right? You know what I mean? It's funny, it's endearing, it's charming, but it's like crazy. I'm sure being a part of it, it's like like you said, it has, with streaming, it has a new life every so often, because when it comes off streaming and then it goes back on streaming. So it's kind of like one of those things, right?
Yeah, it's surreal. It's a really surreal experience. I don't know if I could articulate what it feels like to be a part of something like that, especially because, you know, we didn't make it because we thought everyone would love it or that it would become the astonishing thing that it has become. But yeah, it's just surreal and beautiful, and I'm so grateful for all of that. It's amazing.